Hi everyone, this is Dave and welcome to my review of the iPhone 7 Plus. This is my iPhone 7 Plus here, which I got in the gold colour. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different review to what you're used to seeing, because I want it to be more of an informal chat so that I can just discuss with you how I've been using this over the past few days, and also some of the things I've really liked and some of the things that initially weren't that great. So let's start with why I purchased the iPhone 7 Plus instead of the iPhone 7. Well, last year I actually made the change to the larger iPhone 6s Plus, and I thought initially it would take me a long time to get used to the larger size screen, and also the fact that it wasn't quite as pocketable. Well, in fact, the transition really only took me 3 or 4 days to start enjoying the larger screen, and probably about a week to get used to having a larger smartphone. And after that time, I really liked it, and regardless of whether this had better cameras this time around, whether the features across the range were the same, I would have still gone for the larger screen smartphone. Now, why did I go for the gold? Well, again, last year saw me change across to the gold colour, and I really do like it. It is just fantastic. Initially, when I was looking at ordering this, I did have an order in for both a gold and also the black, just the standard matte black colour, not the glossy black. And the more and more I looked at the black, I thought, well, it looks very, very stealthy, really sexy as well, but I still wanted the gold. And then when I actually put the orders in, the black was on a very late delivery date anyway. So I thought, right, cancel the black, stick with my initial sort of decision to go with the gold again. And I'm really pleased I did. And I think one of the reasons I like the gold a little bit better is I do like the clean sort of white bezel, clean lines. It's nearer to the aesthetics of my sort of silver coloured or aluminium MacBook Pro. And I like the accessories I've got in that colour as well. So I just think a lighter colour is more to my pleasing. I've seen some of the videos of the jet black, which looks amazing. So for anyone who picked up a jet black, which was in real high demand, you picked a fantastic phone there. And anyone who picked the normal matte black colour, again, it looks fantastic. And I think the reason those two colours look really nice is because of the sort of antenna bands. They are hardly visible, so it looks like a seamless design going from the back round to the black bezels on the front. So again, really fantastic choice. And I hope that all of you who pre-ordered managed to get your iPhone 7s or 7 Pluses already, or indeed they turn up very soon for you. Anyway, I digress. Back to this. So initial impressions when I got it sort of up and running were mixed. There were two initial problems that I didn't quite like. One of them was the home button. Now, before, this home button was an actual physical clicking button. And now it's just a piece of glass that doesn't physically move. It's got like this taptic engine behind it. So when you put your finger on it, you get this feedback, and you can adjust the levels of feedback that you get. I think there's 3 different levels: low, medium and high. I went for the medium setting, and it took me a whole day not liking it because I couldn't tell whether I was doing a long press and Siri was coming up, or whether I was just clicking to unlock the smartphone, or how to do a double click properly. It just felt very unnatural. But I'm really pleased to say that after the first day, so after 24 hours of use, I was used to it. And now I'm sort of, how many days in now? 1, 2, 3, 4 days in. Almost 5 days if I include the delivery day as well, and I really do like it now. I like the fact that it's not a physical button that can go wrong. I know the internals could still go wrong, but for simplicity's sake, I think Apple have removed some moving parts and made it a lot more sort of robust in having a non-moving home button, and I really do like it now. I've really got used to that. Now, the other thing that initially was a problem was the battery. Now, this is meant to have roughly an hour, maybe an hour and a half extra battery life from the previous iPhone 6s Plus. Now during that first day, I mean, my screen on time was amazingly high because I was doing all my tests, I was taking pictures, videos, testing games, applications, and of course the battery depleted very quickly. Day 2, the battery was still bad again. I'm thinking, oh no, you know, why is this battery going down so fast? Even when I had it on sort of standby, you know, the screen asleep, you know, it was still very, very bad. And then day 3 crept in, and obviously my usage sort of leveled out to what it would normally be, and the battery life then seemed to settle down. So I'm really glad to say that day 3 onwards, the battery life has been equally as good, if not a tiny bit better, than the iPhone 6s Plus. It's still early days to say whether I'm really getting that extra hour out of this. I'll probably be another couple of weeks in before I can say that. But for the most part, battery life, really good. Performance, now, this was a mixed bag as well. Performance, for the most part, is really good. It feels very snappy, swiping up and down, launching applications, for the most part, is really good. The problem I've had is with 2 things. One is launching the camera. Let's see if I can launch it now, just to see if it does this. So let's launch the camera. See, and you just get that delay, you get that blurred screen before the camera comes into action. Now my iPhone 6s Plus used to do that, and then it used to sort of speed up sometimes and be almost instant, and sometimes we'd have that delay. I thought with this, the delay would be gone completely, but it is still there. The other app I had a problem with was Tweetbot. So if I just launch this, oh, missed the icon, there we go, launched. Now it's instant that time, but I've had occasions where I've launched Tweetbot and it stayed on the sort of initial sort of Tweetbot icon on a grey background, and it stayed there sometimes for around about 5 or 6 seconds. Now I don't know whether that's the iPhone or whether it's the Twitter service or the Tweetbot sort of app syncing with my Twitter before it shows me the main sort of timeline screen, but that delay was quite worrying. Let me just quit the app altogether and start it again. So it would be this screen. Let me do that again just so you can see it. So I'll launch it one more time. It would be that grey or blacked out screen, but that would stay on the iPhone for, like I say, 5-6 seconds, and it was a little bit concerning. It doesn't do it all the time, but it was just those sort of delays that I didn't expect to see. So that's some of the little sort of issues I've had during this transition period. Going back to the positive things, the camera, I'll put some photos up on the screen now. The camera is fantastic. The fact that it's got a 28mm wide angle and the 56mm 2x sort of lens in there as well has been awesome. There is a colour shift when you switch between the lenses, which isn't great, but the photos, Apple really stepped up their game again and are delivering fantastic optical quality, brilliant photos, really lovely colours and detail. So they've got a very good camera system in the iPhone, as we've come to expect. Pretty much all of the previous generations, unless we go back to the real early days of the iPhone, the camera has been fantastic, and this is no different. With regards to the fit and finish, well, it's Apple and the quality is fantastic. All the seams line up. It's a real solid feeling phone and it just feels great in the hand. It really does. Now, I always protect my iPhone, so how you're seeing it now in my hand, I've got a Spigen case on it. I'll leave a link to that in the video description. I've also got a full coverage screen protector. Again, I'll leave a link to that in the video description. That's just my personal choice. Some people don't use screen protectors. Some people don't use cases. I think this is sort of a good amount of protection. You can still see the beautiful design of the iPhone through it. And I've got that peace of mind that the screen's protected as well. Now, talking about the screen, let's just pop a photo up on the screen. Let's go for something like, let's go for this one. So this is one of my car interiors. Now, the screen on this phone is amazing. Again, an improvement over previous generations of iPhone. I think it's more sensitive to the touch, personally. I think the colours are a lot more accurate. We haven't sort of got that warm tone to it or a cool tone. They're very sort of neutral, and the resolution hasn't gone up, but I do feel that maybe the layering has changed in the screen, or some sort of the technology where they put the screen elements together, because the colours do seem to pop a little bit more, and you almost get that sort of 3D real life type effect. It's very difficult to describe, but it is one of the best screens I've experienced on an Apple product, and indeed on any smartphone. So I've been really pleased about that. What else can I tell you about it? I'm in love with it, I really am. It's just a fantastic smartphone. I test a lot of smartphones on the channel, a lot of Google Android smartphones. People call me an iSheep, an Apple fanboy. Yes, I love Apple products, but it's because the quality really does speak for itself. The OS has also improved quite a lot. I like the new notifications in iOS 10. Some of the other tweaks and improvements they've made I like a lot as well. And overall, it's just a fantastic smartphone. On this sort of yearly product cycle, it's difficult for Apple to really innovate and create something totally new. They have to do this sort of evolution of the product. So am I happy with the upgrade? Well, if I look back to the change between the iPhone 6 and then the iPhone 6s Plus, that was, I know I went up a size, but it was more of like a speed improvement, as the S suggests. This, the iPhone 7 Plus, because of the home button, that's really nice. The extra speed improvement's really nice. The battery, we have to wait and see. The dual cameras, amazing, really do like it. Oh, one thing I almost forgot to mention is we've now got a speaker here and a speaker down here as well. So they are stereo. The placement isn't perfect, but the sound improvement over the previous generation iPhone, amazing. Watching back videos, listening to music, you get a lot more lower frequencies and a real presence in the sound, and it goes up a lot louder as well. So all of those are fantastic upgrades, and I think are worthy of spending that extra money. Had I gone for the iPhone 7, would I still have been happy? Well, yeah, I'd have still got the speaker upgrade, I'd have still got the home button upgrade, and even though it doesn't have dual cameras, I'd have still got those improved optics. So overall, a great job done by Apple. I'm really happy with it. If you've got any questions that you want to ask me about the iPhone 7 Plus, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer as many as I can. But for now, this was my review of the iPhone 7 Plus. Thanks for watching. Please do hit that like button, and I'll see you in another video very soon. In closing, here's a little bit of a bug for you in iOS 10. Now, if you look here, I'm in my Notes application, and you can see I can go into my Notes. If I turn it round into Landscape and then back round it into Portrait, everything disappears, and I have to use this back arrow to go back out to gain access to my notes. Not fantastic. Hopefully they'll fix that in an update.